Guys, Total Control 871. I am here working at an absolute frantic pace, trying to save my life. I have been diligently investigating the laws governing free transcripts in New Jersey, specifically the appellate division. I could eat up an entire hour talking about this thing. Specifically, the laws that I'm investigating is Rule 27-1. This is the rule that governs free transcripts. I'm also investigating 2A 152-17. This rule is generally rendered moot because of the Public Defender Act, the Free Public Defender Act, enabling defendants, criminal defendants, to a free public defender. Now, hold on, because I know some of you out there might be saying you didn't qualify for a public defender. This particular case of I believe it was State v. Morgenstein. In a nutshell, you had a kid, juvenile, allegedly killed somebody. Honestly, I didn't even read the entire case. I just simply needed to know about the free transcript portion of it. He starts off with private counsel. As they're burning through the case, obviously, whatever happened, that his finances became strapped. I think he transitioned from juvenile to adult court, tried as an adult. Somewhere along the line, he could no longer afford transcripts, and it was then alleged that that he had waived his right to free anything from the courts, and the United States Supreme Court ruled that for you to waive your constitutional rights to anything, it has to be done knowingly and willfully, and he did not do that. Just by retaining private counsel, you're not knowingly and willfully waiving your right to free amenities that you would normally be entitled to. Now, I'm just going to talk real quick here about these two, because we got two cases. Lane Control Saga, which it is law that cyclists, it's fucked up law, but cyclists are not to be afforded a public defender. Okay? Now, the thing here is that public defender and free transcripts are not mutually exclusive. Okay? Just by denying one, you can't deny the other. So we see here that just because they could deny this guy. What am I trying to say? I was denied a public defender, but that doesn't mean that you can deny me free transcripts. Now, I've been reading all night. This is the 33 phone. It has no service, so I can't really. I'm recording on the contract phone so I can upload tonight. I'm reading deep into this this law. There is a section in this law that speaks of something being ruled as being frivolous. However, this law, this keeps saying law. For any of you out there who has ever gotten a traffic ticket and appeared in court, when you go to the window, you're asked the question: civil or criminal? Okay. Now, I understand states vary. In New Jersey, we don't have misdemeanors and things like that. Okay. A traffic ticket is not civil. A traffic ticket is criminal. I get it. Depending on the severity of your, and we're going to talk about severity in just a moment here, depending on the severity of your charges, you may or may not be afforded a hold on a second. I'm sorry, I just had to check. Every once in a blue moon, a fucking daddy long leg will sneak in. I hate those fucking things. Depending on what you're charged with, it depends on whether or not you'll get a public defender. There it is, more of that wonderful noise pollution. Public defender, right. But just because you don't qualify for a public defender, that doesn't mean that you don't qualify for for free transcripts. It's why I've been getting the transcripts free thus far. Now, things are about to get even more diabolical and twisted, okay? So we've already established that all of my charges are criminal. And it does say in the law that, oh God, I'm not on the fucking, I wish I could read it for you. I'll paraphrase. Basically, it goes on, because they cite a couple of laws here. Forgive me if I got them all mixed up. You had Robinson versus St. Clair Medical Center, something like that, where they talk about free transcripts. It was a civil case, a personal injury case, liability, things like that. Civil cases are not guaranteed a free transcript. If I'm not mistaken, as I was reading, in the state of New Jersey, there have only been 3 civil cases that were granted free transcripts. I guess that's just how rare they are. Again, my cases are criminal, not civil. Okay, whether I qualified for the public defender or not, it's still a criminal case. And it does indeed say that I have an unequivocal right to a free transcript. So that is a right. It goes on to say about a whole bunch of more stuff. They go on even in that civil, even in the civil, because I kept reading a little bit more. Even in the civil, geez, what was this? The Dotson case. The Justice Pashwan. Oh shit, I'm fucking everybody's name up. Justice Pashwa. Sorry, Justice, if you're still with us, because this is a while ago. What is it? He goes on to say that it's true, in a civil case, it is not a constitutional right. So he stopped just shy of actually calling it a constitutional right, of declaring it, declaring a constitutional right. But he does go on to say that, I'm paraphrasing, that a constitutional right could exist or does exist. The right does exist, but he's not declaring it. So he used some dicey language there. Anyway, shifting gears now from the lane control saga case. I just learned something that was absolutely diabolical. I cannot believe 2 courts actually fucking lied to me about this. I can't believe this shit. Careless driving in New Jersey, it carries up to 15 days in prison or jail or whatever. It does carry a fine of consequence. Now, before any of you say you should have said that at the beginning, no, I'm not required to say that, because I am not a fucking attorney, okay? I'm not an attorney. That's why I should have been afforded an attorney who could tell me these things. So the whole goddamn thing with the Shepherd's case is completely fucked from the goddamn ground up. I can't believe this. I asked for a public defender in Verno's court. And you know what? As I think about it, it was just something really weird about Verno's demeanor as she kind of looked at me. I'm so upset right now. I can't even recreate her fucking facial expression, all right? But it was just like unusually nice and, yeah, Mr. Dunbar, you don't need a public defender because you're not facing any jail time or anything like that, so. And I told her on the record that I am not waiving my right to anything that is on the goddamn record. I was denied a public defender. And then, after my driver's license was suspended, I applied for a public defender for the appeal in Superior Court. Again, I was denied because I was told that I wasn't facing anything of consequence, and the law does not say that. Once again, we see they are just picking and shit. I mean, this is fucking outrageous. So you're going to sit there and say that you are going to be the adjudicator, the creator of the law. You're going to you rewrote the goddamn law right there on the bench. I am cyclist. You know, did you take the fucking pen and dab your fucking and put a little footnote? Cyclists will not face possibility of jail. Is that what you did? Is that within the purview of your fucked up power? You denied me my constitutional right. People who commit careless driving face up to 15 days in jail. Nothing in the law exempts a cyclist. Title 39, 414's, all of its components do not call for jail time. But 39, shit, where is it? God damn. Fucking man, I can never fucking find shit. God damn, here we are. (39) 4-97. Careless driving. I was charged with that, along with 39 4-88B, 39 4-115B. I haven't even got around to it I was denied my constitutional right to a public defender. Now, I fucking get it that you're not my counsel. I've heard that more than once in court. Mr. Dunbar, I can't give you legal advice. Fine, you don't have to. Wasn't really asking you anyway. But you're supposed to be an officer of the court. More than that, even. You're supposed to be justice. You are who we turn to for fair justice. I can't fucking believe this. You would sit there and watch me kill myself, knowing that I was not afforded every measure of justice afforded to me as a defendant. I'm completely disgusted. Monday, I'm calling the fucking Department of Justice. I'm blowing fucking whistles at this point. All right, I understand. You're not my lawyer. You're not my whatever. Okay. But I sit there and I watch these judges take special caution to make sure that people that speak other languages, they take careful caution to make sure that everything is explained to them correctly. I've even seen bilingual court officers, like as whatever it is that's wrapping up, and the interpreter may have already hung up on the phone. I've seen a couple instances where bilingual court officers will, just because something will arise at the last moment to translate, and no. The judge says, no, you're not authorized to translate. and they get the interpreter back on the phone. Somebody that is making sure that proper justice is followed. The judge wasn't being the defense counsel for the defendant at that moment. No. They were making sure that justice was served. Where the fuck was my justice? I know you want me to kill myself, and you're probably gonna get your wish. I am so worn down. I am tired of fighting, and then there are parts where I don't even know how to fight. I have to fight a war that not only do they change the rules of engagement, I don't even know how the game is played, but apparently it doesn't even fucking matter, because they're going to change the rules anyway. Just make it up as you go. I'm done. I'm just fucking done at this point. Total Control 871.